Isometric, example 3. In the previous two examples, we went through two different ways to draw these isometric views. Now we add a third part, which is also sometimes present in these isometric views. We start, as always, in the same way, identifying how big our initial block needs to be. So we have the height as 4, we have the width as 4, and here we have the length as 6. So we start by drawing our small little cross. If that is 4, then approximately 6 would be like that. And slowly we continue. And from the other two tutorials, you should already be proficient at drawing these blocks quite fast. Now the second part is to cut away anything that we see that is cut away. And the only thing that's cut away on this is this small section over here. So that's the only part that we can see that's cut away. So let's start by doing that. We have it halfway through here, and then also it's 2 into here. So we cut this section off here. And now remember, because we are looking from the top, we will draw all the way from the top to the bottom, connecting these points at the bottom as we draw all the way to the bottom. Now this point, because it's behind the component, we won't actually see that, and so we're drawing it in here, but there's nothing to physically draw down. And so you can erase these parts once you've cut that piece off. Now for the rest, there's nothing else to cut away. So let's say we keep with the top, because we started there. There's another feature that we see on here. And in example 2, we had a case where we had a feature, because we know it's a solid line, there's a change in depth from this level to that level. But now we are not sure how deep into the block this will happen. If we look at the right and the principal views, there's no solid depth. So it's not like there's a solid line here and we can say it's all the way down to that point. But there are diagonal lines here and there. So it can go into the block, but at different levels depending on where I am. So when I have a case like this, let's recreate this line on all of the other faces. So remember, these lines align in this way. So that point will be the same as that point. So this point is the same as this top point. And I draw it down to one block here at the bottom. So drawing it all the way down. This point is the same as that point, and I can take it all the way over to there. And if I remember from my 45-degree angle, to make sure that I know that these 2 points are also the same. So when I do my final connection, that's how they would look. Now I know there's a change in depth from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. And so what I do is I erase this part, I take it completely away, and I'm left with a diagonal face in 2 sides. So that's a very common feature on an isometric view, and that is how we would draw that and how we would know it looks like that. So your final component, after you've done those steps, will look like that.